And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Better Ecosystem. My name is Ryan. I'm so glad to be your host today. Now, in the last year, over 16,000 crypto projects launched. And how would you like to get paid to share quality crypto pre-sales on our CrowdX Calendar? I'm going to show you exactly how simple it is to do that. We're also going to talk a little bit about trends and how staying on top of trends can support you in finding great crypto projects. For the last 9 months, we've recorded around over 120 plus live sessions just like this, where we support our community in navigating the CrowdX Calendar, finding 2x to 100x crypto gems, and also paying out thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency in the process by doing so. We host 2 sessions like this every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, these sessions are designed to equip you with the knowledge, resources, and give you the experience to support you in finding great projects. As a community, we work together to find projects that have potential while at the same time bring up warnings and red flags about projects that may bring concern. So no matter where you are in the world, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome, Aaron. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Go ahead and drop a hi, hello, letting everybody know where you're watching from, as we do have a global, worldwide audience. So 2 things we wanted to talk about today. Number one, the main thing is trends, but we're going to talk about two different ideas and concepts as it relates to trends. The last couple of sessions, we've been talking a little bit about stealth launches. And the whole idea of a stealth launch is it's a secret project. Okay, it's a secret project. You don't really know what's going on with the project, and all of a sudden, there's not a lot of marketing, there's not a lot of hype and publicity, and what happens is they just launch. They just launch the contract. The contract's ready to go, and then everybody can just start buying. And so it's similar to that of like a fair launch, but the main difference is there's not a lot of hype and excitement. You don't really know when it's going to happen. And I wanted to give an update on a project that I recently had found. And the thing about these fair launches, or not fair launches, the thing about stealth launches, it's kind of like an insider secret society. It's like you don't know who, when, where, why, how, even like how do you find these things. And so I would be willing to say that there's a little bit of luck involved. Because if you happen to have found a stealth launch, it's great because they're obviously not advertising, which means it's flying under the radar of a lot of people. Okay, it's flying under the radar of a lot of people. So let me go ahead and let me just get you up to speed just real quick here. We're going to go over here to the CrowdX Calendar, and this project that we're going to take a look at real quick is Dynamic. And this is a project that I scouted back in end of December. And it was going to be on Ethereum. They were going to raise like 1,000 Ethereum. The pre-sale failed miserably. They ended up raising like 7 Ethereum out of 1,000. And, they were kind of bummed about that. And, the Telegram was heavily botted. And they ended up creating a new Telegram group. And it almost, to me, looked like the steam and energy had run out of the project. It just seemed like it was just gone. But the good things about this project, I'll just read the positives real quick. There's utility at launch, solid proof audit, clean website, multiple AMAs, docs team. Okay. And all the raise was going to be put into liquidity. The co-founder is face of the project. And, the way he communicates is really clear and crisp. Okay. 2 forms of revenue. Okay, 2 forms of revenue, and there was a private sale where they raised $35,000. 40% is going to be received at listing, and then they're going to receive the rest in 6 months. So those are the things that I liked about the project. But what really caught my attention was, again, they were creating something, they were building something, and but the pre-sale just failed. And total transparency, back in December when it failed, I was like, okay, I was following their new Telegram that was growing very slowly. It's at 783 members right now. But I wasn't really following the project. It just kind of looked like they had lost steam and they were kind of just gone. And so what happens on this day right here, January 31st at 10 o'clock at night, they drop the contract. They drop the contract. So they literally did a stealth launch. So here was a group that was literally working towards doing 1,000 Ethereum raise. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000 Ethereum raise. Let me go back and see if I have it here. 1,000 Ethereum. It may have been 100 Ethereum. I'm sorry, I apologize. 100 Ethereum. That makes a lot more sense. 1,000 Ethereum is pretty significant. So 100 Ethereum raise, and they raised 7. Okay. Anyway, back to Telegram. And so, again, I wasn't following this project, but they said right here, mark your calendar and share with friends 7 hours until first tweet and exciting developments. All right. And then that was at 2:41. And then the next message came through. At 10:02 saying the time is now. Stealth launch. Here's the contract. Okay, and then here's the chart. People start buying. Hop on. This was absolutely bonkers. Okay, absolutely wild. How this project just absolutely blew up. And I think that there's a lot of things that can support a stealth launch. The challenge is, how do you find them? Because quite frankly, like I said, one, I wasn't following this project closely. Number two, I was in bed. I go to bed early. 10 o'clock is late for me. I'm not up. I'm definitely not up on Telegram. So I would have missed this message. I would have missed the tweet. And I would have missed out on this stealth launch. So you may be wondering, well, how did it do? It did really well. It did really well. And I'm just going to grab the gains from Dex Screener, because the Dex Screener and PooCoin are actually lower than the gains from Gecko Terminal. I don't know, who is right and whatever, but I just want to show this. So the crazy thing is, they put out a tweet at 10 o'clock. They put out a tweet at 10 o'clock. The chart's not loading right now. There we go. Put out a tweet at 10 o'clock. I don't know why the chart's not loading. All right, let's go over to PooCoin then. There we go. That's better. So they put out a tweet at 10 o'clock, and they literally announced this, which means it was just open for anybody. Okay, here it is at 10:01, and people could have hopped on this. Hey, welcome, Jason. Glad you're here, brother. All right. So what I'm saying is that there was an opportunity, massive opportunity. Oftentimes, the whole point of what I'm talking about is stealth launches, I think, historically do phenomenally well. Why? I think it doesn't catch the attention of all the people who want to get in and get out as quick as possible. It allows people who really believe in the project to support the project. It allows a floor to be created early on. And then they can start stacking hype and momentum. And so, again, this launched and just absolutely took off. When I say absolutely took off, we're talking 180x. 190x. I mean, just massive gains. Just unbelievable gains. Unbelievable gains. And now, even if it was a 10x, even if it was a 20x, 50x, the gains don't matter. What I'm trying to bring up is having eyes and ears in the space, and this is what makes this community so powerful. Not all of us can watch all these projects at once. Okay, we have an entire calendar full of projects. Not all of us, one person can watch every one of these. But a few people here and there covering the bases and keeping their ear plugged in and seeing the updates and developments can send out a message and can send out, hey, I'm looking at this, guys. And this is the beautiful thing about our Discord. If you're not part of our Discord, definitely invite you to go check it out. You can find the link in the description below. But that's the beauty of what this Discord is. Literally the opportunity to drop ideas and say, hey, I just found out this is launching. I just found out about this project, and so on and so forth. Okay, I saw that to say there were massive gains and opportunity on the table. And so I was actually talking to Meng, and we were kind of talking about discussing the idea of what how is this legit? Can it be manipulated? And sure, could it be manipulated? Absolutely. There's a possibility where influencers could get in first, and maybe they don't drop the contract until a certain time, and maybe you didn't get to buy the bottom. But in this particular instance, with this particular project, they did it by the books. I sent Meg a message, and we looked through this, and we were talking about. I gave them a play-by-play. So they teased the announcement at 2:40 on January 31st. They just said, "Hey, first tweet's coming out." The first tweet on their Twitter account was January 31st at 10 p.m. saying that the contract is now live. Okay, first buys came in at 10 o'clock and 10:00 minutes and 52 seconds. So right at almost like 10:01. Okay, January 31st. 1 minute later, so 10:02, the contract was shared in the new Telegram group. Okay, 3.5 hours later, the contract was shared in the old Telegram group. Golems even said, "Hey, we had no idea this was happening." Golems Gems. So right here they said, Dynamify pivoted from their pre-sale plans and chose to stealth launch yesterday and went over 100x to a 300K all-time high. We found out through one of our community DMing us about it. We doubt many track their progress after they changed their plans, but it definitely shows the worth of staying up to date with projects if you like the fundamentals, even if initial launch plans don't materialize. We remember community feedback was really solid about this one too after the AMA. We caught up with the Omer, and they have some marketing rollout upcoming. Utility-wise, staking is being released imminently alongside regular updates to the ecosystem. Could be one to refresh your memory with yield distribution. Anyway, they're basically, Golems Gems had no clue about it, which then goes back to the conversation of this was like a clean play. Market cap at 10:05 was $45,000. This was everyone's looking for the grand slams. Everyone's looking for the events. The majority of people in the crypto space, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for these events that have the opportunity to get a 50x, 100x. This is within the first 24 hours. This is over 180x. This is massive. Okay? How do you get these grand slams? How do you end up with these? By a simple process. The thing that I teach every single week. The things that I teach every single week is having a process, having proper money management, putting yourself in a position to see these opportunities, and having a position to capitalize on them. As a scout, it's the same way. Having your own checklist, looking at the projects. If it checks your boxes, great, you scout it. If it doesn't, you don't worry about it. That's what we're talking about here. But if you're not utilizing this calendar to sharpen your skill sets as a scout, if you're not utilizing Discord to be in communication with other projects that are launching and things like that, you're simply missing out. You're absolutely missing out. There are massive projects happening left, right, and center. And if you don't know about it, it's simply because you're not utilizing the platform as best you can. And as a community, how can we rally together to have eyes and ears all over the place? Like I said, me personally, I would have missed this, personally, because I was asleep at 10 o'clock, and there's no way I would have known that the stealth launch was happening. But like I said, we have the follow feature, where you're able to follow certain scouts. So when you see that, Metalluride or Gordon Gecko or Dante Zamundo or Hellstrom post a project, you get notified. And you're like, okay, let me check this out, see what they got going on. When you see people talking about projects here in the CrowdX section, or you see people talking about projects in the microcap section, like these are really good places to get a pulse, get your finger on the pulse of what's going on in this community. All right, so I just want to tell you about that and the idea of trends. Trends with stealth launches. Stealth launches have been performing phenomenally. And I would say, the best way to put yourself in position of capitalizing on a stealth launch is to be in the space, is to be communicating, networking, looking at the Telegram groups, following the conversations that are happening here in Discord, okay? As well as following the conversations that are happening here on these sessions. I'm not for sure if I talked about the project dynamic as a full rundown. I did talk about it as a means of filling its pre-sale. That was a different kind of trend we were talking about, a couple weeks back. Things are kind of shifting in the market. So what's the next trend? What's the next trend as a scout that you could be looking at? And I just want to throw this one out here. I do feel this trend is slightly risky, but it depends on what game you're playing. Risk versus reward. Risk versus reward. We talked about this last week, and there's a concept and idea that right now AI is absolutely blowing up. And if you look at the calendar right now, there's all these projects that are about AI. Okay, artificial intelligence. It's kind of funny. Vetter AI was we launched back in November or October of last year, 2 years ago. 2021. So it's kind of funny that this is now the trend. Okay, this is now the trend. Let's take a look at this real quick. Here's Price AI. Let's go ahead and check out their Telegram group. Let's check out their chart. All right, they didn't do phenomenal. They shortly they tanked shortly after launch. Let's just get some stats here. So they were above pre-sale price for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Based on our criteria, this would be considered a profitable project. Okay, so that's a 2.1x. All right, 2.1x. Let's look at another one. Music AI, I don't think that one's launched yet. Trader AI, we talked about this one earlier in the week, or last week rather. We looked into this one. They're sitting at a $200,000 market cap. Okay, their all-time high, 3.1x, not too shabby. A val of probably around a 2.5x, 2.5x. All right, let's look at another. Bull Doge AI. Let's see if this one will load up. I tried to look at it earlier. It was struggling. Let me see if I can just grab the... see if I can just grab the contract. All right, so they're down a little bit now, but all-time high. They had a phenomenal launch. Go back down. Val's looking at like a 6.5x. All right, so clearly there's a lot of people who are excited about these projects. Well, let's look at this. AI Doge Mini. Don't even know what this is. Let's take a look. See how it did. Okay, look at this. We're looking at a 2.5x for the all-time high and probably around 2x for the Val. Let's keep going. See what else we have. So those are the ones that launched recently. Okay. We're going to dive into some of these, and I'm just going to bring up some of the concerns that I have about these projects. I just showed you a handful, all random, but all of them are profitable. And I think the market is looking at these AI programs and thinking, "Oh my goodness, AI! This is awesome. This is so great." And I have a couple concerns about them because a lot of these projects I've looked at, the website was literally created a couple days ago. All right. So you may remember a few weeks back, we talked about AI. We talked about using different platforms to create marketing campaigns and funnels and ad copy. We talked about different platforms being able to create identities of people who don't exist. Okay. If you remember that, go ahead and type it in the chat. If you remember that session a few weeks back, we talked about this. We talked that it was coming. So what I'm curious about is how many of these AI projects are actually legit, or is it a quick money grab? That's my concern. The reason is, these things were not built. These things are being built because of the phrase and because of the hot topic and because of the concept and the bandwagon of AI. Not necessarily because they want to have a difference in the space. For example, over the summer, spring into summer, the move to earn phase was like, it was blowing up. There was all these projects that were popping up that were the move to earn, and so like, here's a trend. Here's a season that we're in. Okay, a season that we're in. There were some things that I saw about this project, Trader AI, that I brought up, and I was like, man, I don't know. But Gordon Gekko, he's a great scout. Okay, he's a great scout. So he may have some insider knowledge. And, that was a quality based on the results. It was a quality looking project. I was researching this project yesterday. It was yesterday. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. And I wanted to bring this up. This is something that Roman had brought up, and I thought this was going to be a good example of one of the things Roman was saying. Roman had asked the other day. He had asked, "Is it possible to bot your own Telegram group and do it intentionally?" And when I was researching this project, I was not researching this project from the perspective of capitalizing on trends and capitalizing on people's FOMO and emotions. I was simply looking at it like, does it check my boxes? And now that I see, clearly the market has different boxes to check than what mine are. and nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. But here's what I mean. Roman asked, is it possible for bots to, programs to bot their own Telegram groups? So, what we normally do is we just go up here and research good project. Okay, and we see what comes up. And sometimes there's hundreds upon hundreds of messages of bots saying good project. Obviously not happening with this project. But what I did notice about this project was old Quincy here. Okay, Quincy, we don't share any other groups. And we've talked about this idea before. I talked about this possibility before. Okay? I've talked about this possibility before of looking at these people who are active and seeing if they're in common groups. Because I'm in a lot of groups. I'm in a lot of crypto groups, Telegram groups. So there should be at least one or two in common, from my perspective. Now, Meng threw out the idea, maybe they are creating new accounts if they're modding and things like that. Sure. Totally for that. But one of the things I was curious about, I just decided I was going to look up old Quincy and see how often Quincy says something. And Quincy says, let's spread the news at 3:18. And nothing would stop our energy. And we have a great community. Okay? And so Quincy is saying something, saying 4 messages a minute. All right, 3:17. This is a great opportunity for us. 3:17. Keep showing our support. 3:17. Nothing can stop us. The project is going to be massive. Okay, 3:16. Non-stop vibe. Let's go. Great opportunity. Like, this is what Quincy does. Like, just over and over and over and over. These are all just from today. These are all the messages just from today. Oh, there's yesterday right now. All of those messages are from today. Okay, let's look at this guy right here. IKU. Let's go back up to the top here. IKU. Let's see what this dude's up to. All right, same thing. We can back up our support. We're moving forward. Up, up. We shall reach our goal. Same thing as old Quincy. Literally spamming hundreds of messages every single day. Every day. This is all just today so far. Oh, there's yesterday. Literally hundreds of messages every single day filling the chat with these random one-liners. Okay? And these are not the only ones in this community. This is, when I saw this is the moment that I stopped looking into this project. Okay? This is the moment I stopped looking into this project because I felt like, this project has bots that are posting to create engagement when there's actually not engagement happening. Okay? Look, same thing. One group in common, this group posting literally hundreds of messages a day. Okay, now this is a real person, 16 groups in common. It's pretty common if someone's researching projects that there's going to be multiple groups. 2 groups in common. But you got these 2 knuckleheads just non-stop all day today. There's others. There's others in here. I just haven't ran across them yet. And so that made me like really hesitant about this project, because I saw that and it just made me think, okay, they're trying to either create hype out of nothing or cover the fact that there's no hype. I guess someone could argue that's one and the same. Roman says, in addition to AI, I believe asset tokenization and industrial metaverse, machine economy are the next trends. Yeah, Roman, as far as asset tokenization, do you feel though that is a more real, like utility-based, real idea and concept? For me right now, the AI is just hype. Meaning, if they're creating AI trading bots, what is the track record on these trading bots? Like, what is the track record of these trading bots? Because, like, I don't know. That's the one thing I want to know. If there's no tracker, that's incredibly risky. If the website was created literally a week ago, that means that the AI, everything is just literally coming together now for a quick money grab. Roman says, I heard it said crypto is a game of who is bigger fool, aka who can sell at a profit versus a loss. I see a lot of profit being made early from projects who capitalize on trends, but is it morally wrong to engage in these activities and trade versus investing only in projects you believe have real value? Absolutely. I am 100% with you. 100%. Roman, I don't think you were here live last week when I was talking about the concept was buying versus gambling, or betting versus gambling, but we kind of looked over Luminous Angel and talked about the idea of there were some people who were frustrated about where Luminous Angel was, and my response to them was quite simply, what did you expect? Like, anybody who's plugged into more than one of these sessions could look at Luminous Angel and say, you know what, pass. But other people FOMO'd in, hyped in, and now they're wondering why. Why is price doing what it's doing? Well, what did you think was going to what did you expect? And so, Roman, what I was getting at with this concept and idea of like, what game is actually being played? If we all put money on the table, and we all took turns putting money on the table, but any moment, one of us can reach out and grab the whole pot. That's what some of these projects are. That's all it is. You're putting your money in the pot. You're putting your money on the table with your friends and with people you have no clue who they are. Strangers. You're literally putting your money on the table. And when it's your turn, you put money down, and the next person puts money down. But at any moment, someone can go over there and just grab it all. That's the game I feel that a lot of these projects are playing, and a lot of people are participating in these projects, hoping to make it big. And so you just get to be very aware of what game you're playing. Okay? If you're choosing to put your money on the table and hope that the person next to you is not going to take it, hope is not a strategy, my friends. Hope is not a strategy. That's not going to work out well for you. Okay? Like, you better believe when Luminous Angel launched, do you understand that some people saw that there's a 20% difference from launch price and pre-sale price, and they were going to sell the moment the project launched? The moment. to get their 20% and move on. If you don't realize that that's who you're playing against, you need to get out of the game. Just sit on the sidelines and watch and learn and look for projects that have real utility, that are really doing things. I'm amazed. Right now, I'm absolutely amazed that some of these AI projects haven't dropped below the pre-sale price. Because like right now, it's just kind of smoke and mirrors. It's literally a marketing campaign. It's a trading software. It's a trading idea. It's a website. It's ad copy, likely all created and generated with AI technology. But yet there's no proof that it actually works. And it just blows my mind. So for example, the project that we're looking at on the screen right now, okay, it is on PinkCell. Like, it's live right now. Okay, so it was not live yesterday, it's live now. And I think they've raised like 100 BNB so far. 114 BNB in their fair launch. 114 BNB. That's insane. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. And so again, I didn't scout this project because once I saw the shenanigans with the stuff, I was like, hey, I'm out. I'm out. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Roman says utility is king for me, but I'm missing out on an opportunity to capitalize on trends. I struggle with it. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I mean, there's lots of struggles that we get to face in this space. The fact that we actually have zero control over what's going to happen with the launch. Zero control. So some people would migrate to something that has a little more control. Okay, some people are flying by the seat of their pants and they love the rush and adrenaline rush of a project doing well and a project tanking. Both of them have a hormonal reaction. They get that hit and like, oh, this is great. Got to get my fix again. Roman says, my focus is paying attention to trends, finding top projects in the space. My opinion, the top projects are obvious when you vet them using the better way. Top as in projects that have the most potential, better probabilities for success. Only time will tell if they're really on top, but this is the path I'm following to keep myself safe. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's always going to be a shiny object. Always. Okay, people in the Forex world, it's called shiny object system, or shiny object syndrome, or system jumpers. And this is what these developers are. They're just system jumpers. The same teams the same anonymous teams that launched a project back in the springtime that was super high APY of like, 1,000,000% or whatever. I don't know if it was that much, but you get the ideas. It was super crazy high. Are the same group that migrated and jumped to the move to earn phase. That's the same group that jumped to whatever was hot over the summer, which is the same group who's jumping to the AI phase, which is hot right now. They're just system jumpers. And the people who keep engaging in these types of things, now the crazy thing is, like I said, right now, these projects are actually spitting off gains. The lowest gain that I just recorded was 2x. And so of the 5 projects I talked about earlier, the lowest gain was a 2x. And that was like a val of a 2x. The sad thing is people are actually making money on this stuff, which then makes them feel like it actually works. And this is not even whether the tech works or not. They just believe, oh, the tech's going to work. I don't remember what all I looked at this project. I wasn't going to look at this one, but I figured I would, since we're here. Let's go ahead and look at the who is. And again, this is not to, down talk anybody who got in these projects or scouted these projects. This is a game that we're playing. It's all a game, and you just, like Roman's saying, you just get to figure out how you want to play the game, but you better understand and know that not everybody plays the game the way you play it. This website was created 4 days ago. Okay? This domain name was purchased 4 days ago. 4 days ago. Okay? Like, this is absolutely crazy. It's crazy. Domain was created 4 days ago. They got a Telegram group that has clearly bots that are some sophistication. Who knows? Maybe they used AI to create these bots. And maybe these bots are, creating their own conversations. I have no idea. All I'm saying though is like this to me, my perspective and opinion. Let me just go ahead and say my disclaimer right now. Okay? So I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, this is not financial advice. Okay, in no way, shape, or form am I telling you to get in these projects or not get in these projects. Okay, I'm simply sharing my thought process while looking into projects, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's all subjective. The purpose is just to support you in offering a different perspective. I want to offer you something different than what the majority of the market's going to give you. Okay, that's my whole objective, is to offer some glimmer of a different perspective and different reality. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Here's a project. The domain was created at the time I was looking at this 3 days ago. There's multiple bots in this Telegram group that are posting hundreds of comments every day. I'm talking hundreds of comments. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of comments. Okay? Like this is crazy. All right? Now, that to me is a red flag. Okay? That to me screams money grab. That to me screams this is not real. That to me screams this is simply a house of cards. Okay? It's simply a house of cards. And if you're going to participate in this, I would simply say do your research on what the all-time high and the vows are for these projects, and prepare yourself accordingly. That's the best I can do without giving financial advice. If you can read between the lines as best to protect yourself, okay? If you're feeling the urge, I hope some of you are feeling the urge of like, you know what, I want to sit back. I just want to watch how this unfolds. I know some of you are feeling the urge, I got to get in the game. You have the itch, you see all this stuff happen, and you want to get in the game. If that's you, I would invite you to sit on the sidelines. But if you just can't, if you just simply can't sit on the sidelines, do your due diligence. Look at the gains of these AI projects that are launching. Look at the val of these AI projects that are launching, and gear your plan towards that. That's all I can say. Not financial advice. But if you're just itching to get in the game, at least be smart about it. At least be smart about while you're FOMOing in. Please be smart. FOMO intelligently. Aaron says AI is creating AI. Yeah, Roman wild world we live in. It's absolutely crazy. Now there's some good stuff that can come from this. And I'm not going to say that these developers or whoever, I'm not going to say that they have nefarious intent. I don't know who they are. I mean, we can go out on a limb and we could even say, what is this? Legit moonshots by Anoop. I don't even know what that is. So the KYC was through... the KYC was landed us here. I don't know why. I was expecting a website, but whatever. Audit is done through Audit Ace. This is the first time I've ever heard of Audit Ace. Maybe it's an AI auditing company. I have no idea. Like, who? AuditAce.tech? Let's look at AuditAce.tech. AuditAce.tech. Okay, so at least they were created in September. Whew. For a split second, I thought we were going to see a week old or something like that. At least they were created 3 months ago. At least, thank you that it was 3 months ago. Um, it brings a little bit more credibility, but this is the first time of the hundreds of projects that we've looked at. First time I've ever heard of this company, Audit Ace. Okay, Audit Ace. What was the last thing? We're gonna look at it over here. Oh, KYC through PinkCell. Yeah, KYC through PinkCell. So I'm not trying to throw shade, but like, with as simple it is to create this stuff, I'm not gonna say that PinkCell is creating some of these launches. I'm not gonna just straight up say that. I will just simply say it's a possibility. Given the tech involved, given the AI that can be used to create this stuff, given the resources that PinkCell has, it's possible that they could just be creating this stuff. It's an anonymous team. I mean, we don't know who it is, do we? No, I just clicked on About Us, and that's who we are right there. Do we have more? No, it's like it's all anonymous. This is all smoke and mirrors, house of cards, and I just I think it's really dangerous. I think it's really dangerous, and that's why it just blows me away to see the gains. I probably shouldn't have shown the gains. That's probably my mistake of these other projects. I shouldn't have shown the gains. It just blows my mind. It just absolutely blows my mind to see this type of stuff happening. It's just bizarre, just absolutely bizarre. Roman says, "I find when I'm itching in life in general, it's never a good time to scratch." Oh, when it's time for me to get in the game, I feel peace, not FOMO. The session is helping me remember what I believe. Yeah, and then, like, this is, stick to, man, stick. It's as we've always talked about. It's not easy. This phrase is not easy, but it's so good to live by. If you end the day with the same amount of money or more than you started the day with, you are winning. You're doing better than 95% of people in crypto space. Meaning, if you don't take action because you're unsure, because you're not FOMOing in, because you're sticking to your game plan, that is better than the possibility of winning. Knowing that your equity ball is intact, knowing that you haven't, just thrown it out there and hope for the best, knowing that it is good. Now, yeah, it can be really challenging, especially if the trend continues. If the trend continues where all these AI projects are getting gains, it's going to be very difficult to not FOMO in, because now it actually feels like you're missing something. One happens, it's a fluke. Another happens, it's, oh, what's going on? More and more start happening, it becomes a trend. And then all of a sudden you feel like you're the odd man out. You're the odd duck, thinking, what's wrong with me? Man, listen, stick to your plan. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. This is a process. Okay, don't look for the event. This is a process. Now, maybe there's a project that actually does check your boxes, that actually does look legit. Okay, I think that's worth doing your due diligence and research on. But the biggest thing that I find about, and we're going to look at a bunch of these. We're just going to look through them briefly for funsies. But the biggest thing that I am personally concerned about with these is the websites are no more than a week old. The telegrams look to be botted, and the promise of gains using AI is there's no track record or historical data. I mean, we have, a week's worth of data? A week is nothing. A week. I mean, my goodness, isn't the State of the Union for United, isn't that happening tonight? Like, that can impact the market. When I say impact the market, that's when the market makers make their move. But, like, how does the market react in certain times of the season? I mean, there's just not, from my perspective, there's just not a lot of time that some of these things have been able to, be looked into. So let's go ahead and take a look at Core AI. We got WM Stock. He's back in the game right now, looking into AI projects. WM Stock, he's a legend. He's a legend. He's one of the first, has a really high success rate with scouting projects, and he's been out of the game for a bit. So I was really surprised to see a project from him. But I just say, but we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna take a. It's AI based. We're gonna take a look at it. First thing we want to do is let's just go ahead and look at who is. And this was created 5 days ago. This domain name was created 5 days ago. Elevate trading with Core AI's fast, safe, and secure AI solutions. Accelerate your trading and reach your goals faster with Core AI's safe and secure AI. What? That's the same sentence. Elevate trading with Core AI's fast, safe, and secure AI solutions. Accelerate your trading and reach your goals faster with Core AI's safe and secure solution. Benefit from cutting-edge technology designed to enhance your strategies and results. Trust in Core AI's reliable trading environment to execute your trades with confidence. Stay ahead of the curve and stay on top of the market with the power of AI. Experience a new level of success in trading. Okay, about. Doesn't go anywhere. Home doesn't go anywhere. Features. AI-powered trading algorithms, safe, secure trading, customizable trading strategies, real-time market insights, automated trading features, comprehensive education center, tokenomics, roadmap. What? That's a weird roadmap. It would make sense if it just showed all 4 phases right here instead of, I don't want to wait. Can hardly read everything. It's kind of lazy. Okay, white paper, Telegram. Okay, so again, here's an anonymous project. Here's an anonymous team who the domain name is less than a week old. What did we say? How many days old? 5 days old. 5-day-old domain name. Website's created. Anonymous team. Let's go ahead and take a look at Telegram. 12,000 subscribers. Is this an announcement channel? It is an announcement channel. I'm reading this. My name is Core AI GPT. I'm excited to join this group. I'm a profession, and I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you and learning more about Core AI projects and everything in the world. I'm passionate about trading. I'm eager to share my knowledge and experience with the group. I'm sure I can contribute a lot to the conversations and looking forward to getting to know everyone. Okie doke. Interesting. Alright, so this is their announcement channel. Just a little bit of engagement, not a whole lot. We got 12,000 members here, but 12, what is that, 0.01%? Oh, there we go. That's a little more spicy. Group chat, let's check it out. Alright, so group chat has 12,000 followers. Didn't verify. I didn't have to verify I was a real person or anything like that. Let's see if we got any bots. Good project. Yeah, we got some bots. Okay, we have a lot of bots. Sunday was the day of the bots. Who knows what the Telegram looked like before Sunday? Good project, good project, good project, good project, good project. All right. Let's see how many pinned messages. We got 14 pinned messages. Yeah, the engagement's just kind of low for the amount of top upcoming projects on Pink Cell. Well, that's kind of weird. Oh, right there. I was like, where's Core AI? I wonder where this came from. Did this come from DeFi Alliance Society? Interesting. $6,300 followers on Twitter. And this has some pretty big. This has some decent engagement. This has better engagement than their Telegram group. Okay, so first tweet was on the 5th, so 2 days ago. Website was created 5 days ago. Telegram was created. I mean, they put in 12,000 members in Telegram, and in 3 days they have 12,000 members in Telegram. Oh, that's pretty hefty. Pretty hefty. Man. And again, I look at this as red flags, and other people could be looking at this as opportunity. And I don't think either one is wrong or right. I think it is what it is. But like, we know that there's I don't know, there's bots here. Anyway, I had the exact same feelings I have about Core AI are the same feelings I had about the Neural one, and Neural one is, already raised 114 BNB. This one doesn't start till tomorrow. 16 hours from now. Here's what's crazy, guys. So check this out. So Core AI has 6,300 followers, 12,000 Telegram members. But when you watch the video on YouTube, it's got 76 views. 76 views. I mean, that's clearly it's not a lot compared to the amount of followers they have. That there's a mismatch. There's a mismatch there. Aaron says, I'm launching a property management business with a domain that I have owned for 2 years. You're thinking ahead. Likely, Aaron, because you're not looking to create a money grab. Yeah. So we already know this number is totally bogus. All these highs, hellos, strong project, womp 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 womp. Like, this is just. Let me look up strong. Where was strong project? Oh, right here, strong project. Good project. Strong project. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff that makes me very anxious about these projects. Like, I get the same vibe every time I turn around with some of these AI projects, that it's just a quick bump. But right now, the results on the gains are different. The results of the gains do not match my apprehension about this project. So let's go ahead and take a look at another one real quick. Let's take a look at another one. Right here. Oh, one of the things I want to say. So I don't know if you guys remember, we had a steering committee. Ryan Crypto AI. Last week, Joseph was saying something about another project that we could launch. I do have a. I've talked to Roman a little bit about this. I do have ambitions on creating a project, but the idea is is sustainability and something that people can like a level of stability that people can depend on, but then also some bonus utility that you know can make a difference in someone's life. So anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but you guys may not be aware, but PinkCell has been very interested in the Vetter ecosystem, and leading into the Skylab's launch, every time we talked about something, PinkCell implemented something. And then it's no coincidence that last week when we announced that there was going to be an affiliate program for the Skylab's Launchpad, all of a sudden PinkCell now has an affiliate program. That's not a coincidence, guys. That's not coincidental at all. Like, every time that we announce something, PinkCell's right there doing the same thing so they can stay relevant. And it's absolutely, I think it's awesome. I think it's fantastic to see that. Meaning, they're doing what they can to stay relevant, stay up in the game, and things like that. So I think it's great and kind of funny, amusing. Is a good way to put it. All right, let's go look at another project real quick. BEPAI. Haven't looked at this one. This one was created on January 28th, so we got about 10 days. AI for Web3. BEPAI is a non-custodial protocol with an ecosystem of automated digital asset management that uses AI with analytical data, making it available to users. So here's another anonymous project. Now this one does have a bit of a different feel to it. Oh, here's AI trading bots too, though. Where AI bots can analyze large amounts of data quickly and accurately, allowing traders to make decisions faster, more accurately than ever before. So we had some staking, some yield farming. But like this looks. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right. Okay, so as I'm looking at this website, like it just made me feel like it was the same thing that we just looked at from a different platform. Like this vibe right here made me think this is the same thing from this other project. Like here's our partnerships. Here's our partnerships. BPAI docs. Here's our audit, KYC white paper. Here's our stuff right here. Here's our Seifu. Here's our KYC. Here's our audit. I don't know. It just yeah. James says we're innovating. Everyone else is trying to catch up. Absolutely. I mean that's one of the, that's one of the great things about this is. One of the things I said earlier, you got teams who are jumping from shiny object to shiny object over and over again for the last year and a half. And our community has been committed and driven towards staying the course and focusing on the vision and delivering on that. And That makes me feel proud, really. That there's so many different things. It's so easy to get distracted. Hey, Crypto Thumbs, glad you're here, brother. It's so easy to get distracted in this space, and the fact that we're staying the course and focused in on what we set out to accomplish. I think it's super important. All the while, people are adding the bells and whistles to their ecosystem that we've, brought up. As Roman says, imitation is the highest form of flattery. I gotta tell you, whenever I get imitated, I do not feel flattered. I actually feel annoyed because, like, for whatever reason, my makeup is I very much do not like to copy people. And when I see someone copying me, I almost feel offended. Like, I did all this hard work to create something original, and then someone else grabbed it. And it makes me very like, that's not cool. Anyway, BEPAI. So I got distracted on this because it literally made me think about, we just looked at a similar template to this. And I suppose, there's a flow to everything, but like, this stuff doesn't matter. We've talked about this before. This is like, who cares? Who cares that you're launching on PinkCell? Who cares that it's going to be available on PancakeSwap? Who cares that it's on the BNB network? Like, on the Binance Smart Chain network? Who cares? Who cares that you can actually use MetaMask and Trust Wallet? Like, these are not your partners. like, come on. Like, Dex Tools is your partner? Like, is that because, like, you're advertising there, or because you're going to be able to pull up your chart on Dex Tools? Like, what is this stuff? This is just a waste of space right here. Same thing. What is going on here? Like, okay, if you paid for an audit with CoinSalt, okay, cool. Maybe that's a partnership. Maybe. But that's more like a business relationship where you paid for a service. It's not like a partnership. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like these things are kind of like, as Roman would say, womp womp womp. Like, come on, this is a little silly. Let's go ahead and take a look at this group's Telegram real quick before we hop off. All right, we got 3,900 members. Okay, I joined the group, and there's no capture or anything. They just let me join. 11 pin messages. So the group was probably created, on the 28th, like the website was started. Oh, the 3rd, okay. 3rd. Yeah, okay, so website was created on the 28th, but the Telegram was created on the 3rd. Even though there's a small number here, it looks like there could be some bots here. Good project. So there's some bot activity. Oh, what was that? Oh, a pre-sale bot? Oh, the pre-sale's already going. PinkSale.finance. Alright, so the fair launch is already active on this one. So they've only raised 34. I mean, they're going to launch. They hit the soft cap. But it looks like the neural one has a little bit more hype and excitement to it than this one. $39 contributors. Let's go back and look at neural. 185 contributors. Yeah, Aaron doesn't like copycats either. My man. Like being original. All right. So hey, I hope today's session was helpful. Like I said, I'm very surprised at the results that some of these projects are getting because right now, I think what they're selling is a I think what they're selling is a possibility of something without a proven track record of creating anything so far. And for me personally, I think that's really risky. Um, and it blows my mind that some of these projects haven't tanked so far. But is what it is. This is the crypto space. I told Phyllis the other day. I was like, hey, you know what? Uh, uh, you know, for the most part, I've come to a place where peacefully, I peacefully accepted the fact that I can no longer have expectations in this space. Because anything can happen. The things that you want to happen may not, and the things you don't want to happen might. The things that you think are rock solid don't play out. The things you think are bogus do. It is the wild wild west, and it's a wild wild ride. So with that, hope you got something out of today's session. Hope it was helpful. Looking into these projects, the biggest thing that, like I said, some of these projects, they just feel like a house of cards. What's the substance? Where's the substance? Where's the proof? Who's the team? We don't even know who's behind this stuff. As Aaron and Roman said, is it AI? Is AI actually creating these projects? AI is creating its own AI. AI is creating its own website, its own contract, its own audit company, its own bots in Telegram. It's creating its own marketing campaign. It's creating all of its own stuff. Who knows? Who knows? It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Hey, you're welcome, Ricardo. Glad you're here, my friend. So with that, if you did get something out of today's session, if there's an aha moment or a key takeaway, I would ask you that as soon as this video is done, just go ahead and hit the refresh button, drop a comment with what your biggest takeaway was from today's session. Go ahead and drop a comment with what your biggest takeaway was, and make sure you like the video because that's actually going to get the video out to more people. Okay, it's going to get the video out to more people. So with that, let's see. Aaron, you're absolutely welcome. Dwayne asked, do you have a vetting list we can use for ourselves, such as the steps you went through? Absolutely. Hey, Dwayne, are you in Discord? Are you in Discord, Dwayne? If you aren't, the link is in the description of this video. You can go ahead and find it. Join the Discord, and we actually have some stuff we put together there in Discord, and go ahead and tag me there in Discord. And okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and tag me in Discord, and I'll be able to point you in the right direction. Okay, we'll get you some information for you, so you can have that information for you as you are. As you're looking at stuff. And also, just so you guys know, one of the things, if you didn't know, the things that I look for is right off of, let me look at this just real quick, vetted only. Okay, the things that I look for are right off of the scouting report and vetting report. Okay, positives, red flags, where you found it, price details, comments and notes. But then we go into Telegram. What's the health of the Telegram? What about the team? Are they doxed? Socials? Things like that. AMAs. Are there any AMAs? What's happening with the AMAs? Anything you list? Okay. And then this details right here. Size of the Telegram, team doxed, KYC. Is there a contract? All the types, all the things that we talk about are on this. But like I said, go ahead and tag me in Discord. Just go to the CrowdX section and say, hey Ryan. Go over here in the CrowdX section, CrowdX, and just say, hey Ryan, can you point me in the right direction, and I'll get you covered, brother. All right, with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you guys. I'll end like I always do, like my mentor always says, life can be short, so for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I care about you guys. Thank you for being a part of today's session, but also thank you for being a part of the community and being a part of the ecosystem. When I look at what we have something that's real and substantial, and it's not a house of cards. It's not smoke and mirrors. There's real tech. There's real innovation. There's real vision, and it's not a money grab. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the discussion. And hey, I will see you live on Thursday, but until then, I'll see you in Discord. Bye for now.